Hello, welcome back to another section of this Logo Design course. And here is the most interesting aspect of this course, the most exciting and interesting part of the course. In this section, what we'll be doing is redesigning popular brand logos, and this will actually help our logo design skill. So, firstly, I would like to pinpoint some things about logo design. Logo design can actually be achieved using different formats, different strategy or techniques, depending on the designer or the design or the logo you intends to design or to achieve. So basically, like I discussed in the previous section of this course, I discussed something about using grids and guides to make a professional design. Using grids and guides can actually make you achieve a professional logos. You can actually achieve or design a logo using um, something we call the golden ratio. Golden ratio is for professionals basically, so we are not going to go in depth in we are not going to go depth into that. But basically, you can make use of golden ratio as well, or basically you can actually design a professional logo using combination of shapes, using grids or guides and all that. So all these methods are something we are going to be using except the golden ratio, but something related to the golden ratio we are going to use that. So in this section of this course, of course, which is more like a series, we'll be designing different types of logos. We'll be using different methods depending on the logo we intend to design and what we intend to achieve, using the grid and guide method or the combination of shapes or any manipulation method just to achieve the intended logo. So you have to stay tuned and watch carefully. Thank you. And let's get started. The first project we are going to be designing is the Android logo. This is the Android logo or the Android icon, and this is the sample or basically the real design we are going to replicate. Looking at this design, we can actually achieve this using the combination of grids and guides. But for the beginners, for this section or for this tutorial, I'll be making use of the combination of shapes and guides. Combination of shapes to achieve this. Combination of shapes. So firstly, I'll start with the head. This looks like a circle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my ellipse tool to draw something related to this. Holding your shift key will give you a regular circle. So I wouldn't use that because I want something not really perfect. I do not want a perfect circle. Of course, you can actually use a perfect circle while you adjust it from here as well. You can actually do that too. So, but this time around, I'm not going to use a shift, or basically I can use a shift and I'll drag this down a bit just to give it a feel of not the real perfect circle. So I want something of this nature. So I'll draw this. I can make use of this, of course. Then another shape I discover here is this tool. I'll come here, the rounded rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw it, of course. This is it. Then we will need 4 of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to make this, to duplicate this, I'll hold my Alt and drag 1, 2, 3, and this makes it 4 in total. So afterwards, I think I needed the body part of this design, which of course still the rounded rectangle too. And I'm gonna draw it this way, just to give it the feeling. And I think this is what we needed for now. So let's get started with the combination. What I'm gonna do right away is after getting something of this, I'm going to I'll divide this. For me to divide this, I'll go to the rectangle tool and I'll draw a straight line or a straight rectangle tool using the shift. I'll draw a rectangle straight line. Then for me to make a difference or to exempt this from this, I'll change the color. I'll come here, double click and change it to white. And after that, I think the next thing I'm going to do right away is I have to reduce it to some extent to give the face feel. And I'm gonna drag everything together. Now I'll go to my pathfinder tool. In case you are unable to find your pathfinder tool, what you need to do is just go to the Windows section. Yeah, go to the window, then you come down, you see your pathfinder. So that's how to bring this section out. So I'll combine everything together. I'll hold everything together, and I'll go to my pathfinder tool and select divide. After selecting it, what this does is that it's going to divide this aspect of the circle. So then I'm going to double click and delete. I'll delete this too. So this is what we got. This is what we have remaining, which is going to form the head of the design. Then the body of the design, of course, we needed something of this. Then we are going to adjust it to suit it. Fine, a bit. Good. So afterwards, what we're going to do is we're going to include the ant for the logo. Here is the ant. Then we bring another hand. Of course, I'll move it a bit closer. And this again. To make everything more professional, you're going to bring up your guide, and the guide is for you to bring up this. You click or you're going to press Ctrl R, and this will bring your guide. So I'm gonna drag this guide just for professionalism and make everything accurate. So I think I'm gonna include my guide here. So, and this is okay for me. So I'm gonna drag this down a bit so it could align with the second and this a bit down, and that's what I want to achieve, of course. Then the next I'm going to do right away is I'm going to include my legs. But looking at the leg, you can see the leg is not that complete, so I'm going to divide using the first method we used for the head. I'm going to bring out my rectangular tool, and of course I'm going to break down the leg. I'm going to change the color to white as well, just like the way we did previously. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I think this is yeah, this is okay. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do right away is I'm going to divide it just like we did earlier using the divide tool. I'm going to delete everything off. Then I'm going to add it, and I'll add it to our design. But before then, I think I'm going to duplicate this using holding the Alt and drag to combine it. I mean, to make it double. Then I'm going to add it to our logo to give it the leg feel, of course. Then after this, the next thing we're going to do is add the eye. For you to add eye, you can actually make use of your ellipse tool. Just, and of course, make it a white color. It needs to be white. I'm gonna add it. We need a white color, and I'm gonna drag it here, and I'll duplicate it as well, and that gives the eye feel already. And that's the eye already. Then the next thing we're going to do is we have the eye already. I'm gonna adjust it to make it more perfect. Good. The next thing I'm going to do is the area, or what would I call it? Is it the area or something? We can actually make use of the line tool to achieve this. Let me see. Yeah, we have the line tool, and I'll make it a stroke, of course. A stroke, and I can give it like 4 or something. I think this is okay, but I'm gonna change the color of the stroke, of course. Okay, we are gonna be making use of green color. I don't know, green is okay. Sorry, we're gonna come here to change the stroke color, so it's not of green, and the color changes, of course. Then we're going to do is we'll duplicate this. Let me zoom out so you can actually see everything clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Then I'm going to change the direction of this. I'll right click, go to transform, then reflect, of course 90 degree. And what it does is it changes the direction of the area. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place this, I'll bring it to the front. So this shows at the back. Where is our eye? So I think what I will do is I'll take this to the back. Let me expand it to make it fill and stroke. Then I'll arrange our center back, and this is better. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the old color. I'll use my eye picker tool using the shortcut I just to select the color. As you can see, we have the perfect color for this. We're going to change everything, and for this again, I'm going to change the color. I think something is here. This is blocking it. I'm going to change this color again, and this the eye picker tool using I. As you can see, using the combination of different shapes, we're able to achieve exactly this logo by using combination, by combining different shapes and elements. Of course, we are able to achieve exactly this logo. So you can actually go through this. Practice makes perfection. Once you go through it, rewatch the video as much as possible, you should be able to achieve exactly this. So by combination of shapes, we're able to achieve this logo. See you in the next section. Thank you.